So, as far as nationality is concerned, so do people necessarily have to have a nationality
Honestly,
to navigate, and have, I would say, results, good results? Do people have to basically have to have a nationality? Do people need to have a nationality?
yes, you do. I believe
Okay.
you do. You have to. I mean, because what we claim we were. You know, I mean, we can say, well, you know, we're all children of the Most High. We do know that. You know, I mean, we are all children of the Most High. Unfortunately, because we are here on this planet, you know, we are divided by nation. And
Right.
that's the sad part. But we're divided by nation, which means you would have to have some sort of nationality because, you know, what other way, you know, and from a law term, what other way do you separate yourself from commercialism other than saying, hey, listen, I'm not a commercial piece of property, but I'm a human being with some sort of nationality.
So,
you know, and that,
so my question is this: so how would you apply, like in a biblical verse, when they say the meek shall inherit the earth, in regards to nationality? How would you apply that aspect of just because of the testimony? Because testament is testicles, or it represents an actual testimony, something that can't be broken. You witnessed it, so that's why it says you can't take or add to the word. So yeah, how would a person interpret that, as in far as the meek shall inherit the earth, dealing with nationality from a galactical perspective, or just navigating throughout the world?
Sure. Well, the meek actually being us that are humble. We're not the individuals who would, once receiving our God-given right to be free and to transform ourselves back into great human beings, we're not the individuals who are going to, when confronted, argue. We're not the individuals when confronted that are going to, be very egotistical, meaning erasing God out of your life. We're not those individuals. So, this big commercial conglomerate that rules this earth, okay, is very oppressive, very strong and very powerful. So us being meek and humble, stepping out of that system, but not being very loud about it. All right, it's just okay. We step out, we apply the information so as it seems fit to us and us of like minds, okay, and move easy and just live life. It's not about I got this information and now I want to beat people down with it. I got this information now I want to run in the courts and say, hey, you can't give me no ticket. That's not what this is about.
Right.
That's all a part of the so-called rat race, man. Is just another way for everything that is negative or disagreeable to impede us from being spiritually aware, from being mentally aware, and from growing. All right?
That's right.
And the only way we can grow and be spiritually astute is if we remain meek and humble.
That's right. I like how you said that. How you said that just because you have this information, that doesn't mean you go get a whole bunch of tickets just to try to set off the debt obligation.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So question, does a person really have to pay a mortgage?
No, sir. I've defeated over 25 mortgages. Foreclosures, I'm sorry. Mortgages are fraud, period. And that's an issue when we're talking about signing a promissory note. The mortgage just basically is a memorial of the signature of the promissory note, and they say, well, we're securing the promissory note with the same property we're giving you. But what happens is there's so many assignments that take place after the promissory note is signed.
Let me pause you real quick and step back what you said. How many cases have you defeated, my brother?
25.
Did y'all hear what he just said?
And still going.
25 and still going. He got 25 body counts. All right, proceed, my brother. I'm just letting y'all know that this ain't no game. For what we doing and everything and how we moving, it ain't no game. Now, a lot of people, pardon me, bro, I got you. Let me say what I gotta say to the people.
Sure.
A lot of people, they said, they begged me for private solutions. Oh, LaMel, let's do this. but they wasn't even trying to pray. These same people wasn't trying to make prayer, but they wanted private solutions real quick. All right. These same people wasn't trying to jot down and know the language so we can speak. You get what I'm saying? These same people didn't know the calendar. Look, listen, we got a calendar. I want to ask you a question, my brother. You know, in reference to us having our own calendar, like everybody that's affiliated with the Messiah Code movement, affectionately called the Thawala tribe. All right. Look at this. We got our own calendar, my brother, that deals with our own time, our own sequence of time, which is a codex of 392 days. All right. 14 months. All right. Which we call 14 squares. And then you got what you call in the squares, you got 28 triangles. That would be your moons. All right. And then you got 1 through 31 days, which would be your suns. All right. And this is how our calendar connects up to 392 days, my brother. Now, my question is this. If we move in private solutions, how important is time?
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a very, very good question. Moving in private solutions, man, basically we come in definitively. That means we come in with authority.
Yes,
time is very, time is very important, because that's where this is the trickery, especially with foreclosure. So the worst thing that can happen to an individual in this society is, man, I'm going to lose my house. So they say, hey, listen, you got approximately 30 days, or we're going to go ahead and take you to court and file what's called a sign facies or mortgage against you. You know what I mean? Or a very facies against you. And, so people begin to fall apart and panic, and they feel like they're under the gun, when in all actuality, that's not what the case is, man.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? That's not what the case is. For those that are aware, those who are knowledgeable, time is inexistent anyway. So we set the stage. Even if, and I've had cases in my past where people's houses have even went all the way through the sheriff's cell, and I've came back and gotten it out of the sheriff's cell by filing something what's called a post-sheriff's cell discovery. All right? Just to show the fraud.
Do y'all see that? Do y'all hear what he just said? Y'all hear what that man just said? Keep on going, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, time is inexistent. Now with respect to all societies and all cultures, that's what made us independent and distinct. Every real and true succeeding culture in our time, in our ancient times, had its own calendar. You know what I mean? Had its own, operation of what we call time.
That's right. Go ahead.
And I'm loving, and just as a point here, brother, I'm loving the whole 14 thing, because that 14 references, to me, the 14 pieces of Osiris' body.
That's right. So, they throwing up the hearts. They throwing up the hearts on that one. Thank you, Sister Cherie. Thank you, Sister Cherie.
Yes, sir.
So now we're gonna go back to the mortgage thing, because that's why I was talking about time, because a lot of times people play games with time when they when somebody shoots them a correspondence, they play a lot of games with time, and they don't, they just gamble with the time, so I just wanted to talk about why time was important on here in reference to that. And go ahead, and I want to go back to this mortgage thing and foreclosure and how this is a fraud, bro.
Sure. And I'm going to tell you this much, you're absolutely right. See, unfortunately, man, again, in the society and the time we live in, when something has gotten to that point, man, the person, his finances or her finances have gotten to a point where it's a strain somewhere, and, those notices start to come in, and I've dealt with this so often, but those notices come in, and people will often just set them to the side, like, man, I don't want to deal with that right now. You know what I mean? And they act like it doesn't exist, man. When in all actuality, for those who know, sometimes just even a letter saying, hey, listen, I need for you to verify that you're the holder in due course of the note.
Go ahead.
Stop that whole proceeding.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Sometimes a 3-paragraph letter can stop a whole foreclosure proceeding before having to get into all the legalese. You know what I mean?
Do y'all hear what he's saying? Go ahead.
Sure, we got to be proactive, in everything that comes forward. So, like every detail, and I'm very adamant about this, and the people I've worked with in the past, that's why we've had the successes, is because I'm very adamant. As soon as you receive something, I need it. You know what I mean? So that we can look at this. We can examine this together.
That's
and
right.
We'll formulate what we're going to do.
As soon as you receive it.
Sure. So, again, so now what we're dealing with, see what happens is...
How many days do you got to respond to a correspondence? Is it 10 days?
generally 10 days.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's called acquiescence.
Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear what the man said? If somebody's, see, we talking, a correspondence is a bill where somebody wants you to pay something. That is a correspondence that we talking about. All right. If they sending you a bill telling you, oh man, you got to pay this. Look, you got 10 days to hit them back. Now, like how he said, it's acquiescence. That means you said, all right, I owe you money.
Yep, exactly. So remember, man, in this
listen to the brother where he comes from. I'm not the only one saying this, man. And I know y'all heard a lot of stuff from the Moors, but we not delivering it like that. We not delivering it like that. We delivering it in a whole nother way, in a whole nother perspective. This is what I want to let y'all know. How we delivering this information. It's not a get down or lay down thing when it comes to sovereignty, man. You don't have to get down with any sort of whatever, you know what I mean? You can make things happen through private law, through private solutions, literally. That's why it is private. All right? You know, but we connecting the dots and connecting the people. So just listen on here, man. Go ahead, my brother.
So, you know, again, so what we did, remember that, you know, if you don't object within a timely fashion, and basically you're saying...
It's called acquiescence.
Exactly. So that's acquiescence, a.k.a. a presumption of law.
Yes, sir.
And so again, all right, so, and I love the fact that you keep referencing private versus commercial. And there are private solutions. Now, here's where a lot of the fallacy comes into play, is that when we come into these tribunals, when they're trying to foreclose, and generally they'll take you to a superior court of whatever state you're in to try to foreclose on you. You know, those are basically banking venues, and the banks are controlling the mortgages. So you have to be prepared. So when you come in with your private solution, when you come in with the your private defense or objection, you have to be able to detail what you're saying on the private side through their so-called commercial side. So if I say, hey, listen, you got me here today for, and I'll just use, I'll change it up here. Say I've got a traffic ticket. So I come into the court and I say, hey, listen, on the private side, I have the absolute right to travel, yada, 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 yada. You guys recognize it in your law as Title 11 of the Delaware Code, such and such, which in the UCC is Title 4, such and such and such and such. Which in the Code of Federal Regulations is Title such and such. We have to be able to say, okay, look, we're going to tie your hands because I'm giving you my private objection, which is valid, that law, and you guys recognize it in your legal system, your commercial system, as these statutes. Doesn't mean that I'm saying that I acquiesce to the statutes. It's just saying that what I'm saying is very valid. Okay, so you have to be able to speak that language. If we're in Spain, we got to be speaking Spanish. I can't go over there speaking French and expect them to understand me. They understand what I'm saying.
Right.
You know?
I got a question for you, right? And we're gonna go back. We're gonna go off the mortgage thing because the brother already told you he murdered or he bodied 25 mortgage cases or foreclosure cases. So I don't want nobody telling me on here you have to pay a mortgage. I want nobody telling me or nobody on here crying about a mortgage. I don't. I really don't. Now, it's some work that you have to put in. And you know, you want to say, really, we have to pay for this man's services? Of course, in a certain sort of way. But it's another thing that you can do. You can just learn. You just learn how to do this yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn in this study. Now you under the right umbrella, baby. Literally, you under the right umbrella. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, I know certain people in the conscious community, Brother Malachi. I know you still go by that, right? I'm good with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Look, I know certain people in the conscious community, like Brother Polite. I don't want to say his name, but I'm gonna say his name. You know what I mean? You know, I didn't hang out with the brother in Hollywood, chilling with the brother. You know, and a lot of people complain about Brother Polite about how they beat him. They beat them for whatever, like when he was doing UCC ones and all types of. It was like a thing, a lingo going around where people called it status correction. They called it status correction. You remember that when everybody called it status correction, and then people like Polite and a lot of other people, they was taking people money. They was taking people money because people are just so dumb. They was like charging $50 for to get an EIN number. Polite was charged. I went to his website. I said, man, damn, this man is charging $50 to get an EIN number. Don't these people know to get an EIN number is free? So it's free online if you just go and do it. So it was like, it was certain things, you know, a UCC one costs $100 to do. So if the man charged you $250 to do it, how is he dead wrong? And you say, man, he didn't get the paperwork right. You didn't get the paperwork right because you paid somebody else to do it. Fact.
That's true.
Fact.
That's true.
It's certain things you gotta do yourself, y'all. You know, when you get in front of that judge and they test you and they want to see if you really about your work, you really about God's work. Yo, when they test you, it ain't nobody there but you, man. It ain't nobody there but you, period. So you better know this information, period. Like when it comes to private solutions, like I said, a lot of people are anti-sovereign coming in here. They say, Lamel, the first thing you talk about is God. We want to talk about getting this money. I said, man, well, goddamn, money, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not not money itself. It's just the love of how y'all niggas love it. Love money. It's the root of all evil. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So a mortgage is a dead pledge. It is a dead pledge. But at the same time, what I need y'all to know is when we getting down with this and when we getting our land back, it's certain things I want to do to make a fee simple state, bro. This something I ain't even bring this to you, but I'm gonna say it on live feed, right? That I'm experimenting on, right? Man, I want to make wherever you live at, I want to make it a grave site. You say, really, Lamel? When it all comes down to it, you can look at all grave sites. They don't take them grave sites. Man, we supposed to be living amongst the dead and the living. For real, that are our ancestors. That's how we can invoke the power. That's how we literally can invoke the power. Do you know any grave site that they move, except for ancient Egypt? They still ain't moving them goddamn grave sites, but they taking the people out. But literally, you know, if we had, you know, our land, and besides the point of you setting off the debt obligation of the mortgage, literally put your dead people on it. Everybody that dies, you put them on your land. So if they ever try to play games with you, we got our dead to fight our battles too. They don't move the dead. They can't move the dead. That's one thing I told people, like with how I'm utilizing a last will and testimonial trust. And in Louisiana, it'd be called Title 15. But listen, I'm using a last will and testimonial trust, you know, for certain things that I do, bro. And they say, well, why is that? Because literally the will can't be broken. How you going to argue with a dead man? How you going to argue? You say, oh man, this is civil mortgage. That's why they don't argue with you and they slay your ass every time, because you literally a dead man. But I reversed the hold on them and say, oh, okay, well, we're going to do a last will and testimonial trust. It's more crazier than irrevocable, considering the fact that you can't change that up. You can't, that man is gone. What you say, and I'll make a special appearance every time in a courtroom.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to say that, bro. You know, I really wanted to say that because that was something on my heart. You know, but people, you know, I just want to let y'all know, I want y'all to come in for the right reason. Because this man right here, he is the person that is going to draw up the document for the baptismal ceremony. Just let y'all know. This is the man that's going to draw up the document. All right. He's been my friend for over 20 years strong. He's the only brother that I can really trust, and I hunted him down for this. I literally, yo, bro, you tell the people, literally, they don't know, man. I've been like trying to get his number for years. Looking for this brother, like reuniting my brother for what I know we need to do for the people, for what I know we need to do. And you know, by the blessings of the Most High, I got his number. And I said, man, he's one of the only one. He's like a couple of the only one. I can't even put him on. I can't even use a thumb to say can do this. That's worthy enough. That has the honor. See, a lot of people can draw up paperwork, but a lot of people don't have the honor, man. Because all they want to do is just take y'all goddamn money. Real talk.
Merchants. merchant.
My fault, bro. I'm long-winded a little bit. Go ahead.
Hey, man, you absolutely fine, brother. You're absolutely fine, man, and I appreciate the adoration. And but you're absolutely right, man. That's just it. Unfortunately, man, everybody has that hustle mentality, and you're right. That love of money, it applies to all walks of life, whether that be, going to work and work until you die, or music, or even in this information. And, I sat back and watched, going back way before this was even a big deal, and just kind of seen it coming. And a lot of people have taken this information, man, and they just prey on the naive. And that, we have to, our duty is not only to get this documentation done, but as you well said, man, we have to replicate. So everything that we're given, the individual has to understand. He has to understand it, overstand it, and understand it. Those are the 3 degrees.
That's right.
You get those 3 degrees.
That's the IOU. That's the IOU right there.
IOU, there it is.
That's the IOU.
So now that's the IOU, and now you're indebted to the next person. You know what I mean? And so that's how you do it. That's what we do. And that's pretty much, you're absolutely right, man. We're not in a climate or an era anymore where things can simply be done for you and things will just go away. You have to be proactive. People have to be proactive. And it works a lot better because of the situation we're in today. It works a lot better if we are a community, if we are a nation building.
Yes,
a nation clique.
Yes, sir. So what about baptism and ecclesiastical law? Can you explain a little bit about baptism and a little bit about ecclesiastical law in reference to what it means? And I know for all the people that love private solutions, it's so many ways you can do this. So don't act like we trying to make you get down with the hustle. Literally, it's not like that. You got your own way. You should be drawing up your own goddamn documents anyway, period. You should be drawing up your own documents, your own paperwork. You shouldn't really be using no templates that's out there. You shouldn't be. You utilize the principles, but you have your own stuff.
Exactly. You're creators. We're all creators, man.
Yes, sir.
And again, we so our documentation becomes more refined and more stronger if we continue, the stuff I put out. Maybe the next individual comes along and they look and they say, hey, man, well, look, I found this and I want to tweak it this way. And we put our minds together and we get better and better and better. But moving on to, as you said, the ecclesiastical law. The ecclesiastical law is actually the law.
Go ahead, bro.
Remember,
ecclesia means church, y'all. Ecclesia means church. Fact.
Exactly. So
go ahead.
There's no coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence anyway. But there's no coincidence that every time you walk into a court of law, that the Bible's there. With the Quran under the judge's bench. Those are the 2 recognizable texts over here. It's just we're not religious people. Religion actually means to tie down. You know what I mean? So we're not religious people. So when we talk about ecclesiastical law, again, we're just talking about natural law as it is written by the ancients in those scrolls that came before us. So when we utilize that stuff in order to offset and adjust the commercial principles that are going on around us now, you just have to understand how to read it and how to understand it. You know what I mean? And apply it. So those things, again, like I said, you come in and you say, hey, you understand what the natural law is, and you want to be able to explain what your cause of action is through the ecclesiastical law, in accordance with what their legal terminology is. And like I said, that is the only law. Ecclesiastical law is the only law that will stand. That's the better way to put that.
That's right. Go ahead, bro.
So
what does a baptism literally represent, bro? What does a baptism represent?
It means the death of the old life and the rebirth into the new.
Okay.
When it's a taking off of the old suit and putting on a new one. There's so many different things. It's a transformation. And so if you are being baptized, you are, and if we're utilizing it in the private solutions context, you are essentially saying, hey, man, I'm washing off all the debt from the commercial side, and I am coming for free on the natural side or the private side.
Okay.
And it's a much more spiritual thing for those who are spiritual, and I can't stress that enough. Without the spiritual side, man, it's really, what are you doing things for?
What are you doing it for?
What are you doing it for? You know, because anybody, you still be a slave and make greenbacks. You know, and you know, so why do that? You know, so you know, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, again,
I like it. They throwing up the hearts and the likes on that comment, bro. They threw it up on that one.
So it's like this, man. And I used to say this when I was teaching. I first started teaching this stuff back in 2002, man. This is the thing. All right. So this information is very, very, very powerful. It will literally make you free. Okay? Hands down. You know what I mean? Own my home, free and clear. You know what I mean? Everything. You know? Well, I don't own it. I control it because own is, the word own means to owe. That's right. Something else we'll get into.
That's right. That's liability. You get liability if you own it, but you control it.
Exactly. All right. So, but this information, man, when given to the wrong people who are not spiritually or mentally prepared for it, all right, is like giving a 3-year-old a loaded Uzi and letting them run out in the street like it's a toy gun and play with it. Okay? So, you know, we have to be very mindful, man. If you're not spiritually inclined, if you don't have any, you know, any genuine motives with this stuff, man, then why do it? You know what I mean? The only thing you're going to do is do the same thing that the Moors did. A lot of these Moors communities have done is fuck shit up. You know, I don't like to use that word that often. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know, so, you know, that's my position on it.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask one more question, bro. I know you're a busy man. I don't want to keep you up too late. Dang, it's 11:30. Bro,
yes, sir.
No, it's 11:40. That's 141. Yo, wow. It's 11:40. That's 141 square right now. We on the square right now. That's 141. You already know. The ones that's for the oneness. Go to John chapter 1, verse 41. All right. Go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. All right, and go to Genesis chapter 14, chapter 4, verse 14. All right, to know what the 141 is all about. All right, John 141. That's when they found the Messiah, which is interpreted as Christ. All right, Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. That's when those were on the mount with the Messiah. Genesis chapter 4, verse 14. That's the lost but found. All right. Lost in the wilderness of North America, coming back to the fold of the Most High God. That know the 411. So yeah, we was on that. Damn, we on the frequency right now. It's 11:41 for real. And I like how you brought up Aquinary Trust. That really blew my mind. I said, man, I love Malachi, man. I love this brother because it's like, man, I can, you know, see you 20 years later, right? I talked to you, you know, 10 years. I talked to you like 10 years ago or something like that. We still was moving, bro. We still was moving. So it's like, man, they just get up with a brother, and I saw our evolution. You saw my evolution. I seen your evolution from when we were just wilding out as young bucks. You know what I'm saying? And we just got this information, and it just changed our world. It changed who we are, literally. And we changed lives.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So I got one more question before you go, bro.
Okay.
So what should be a person's first step that they should do in order to get their financial? This is like everybody here got financial problems. A lot of people got financial problems. We all got bills and situations that's going on. So my question is, for the people, we're going to keep it real basic. What will be the first thing that a person should do to get their financial obligations in order so they can be all right? So they won't be in a problem like how they are.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, well, yes, sir. Well, obviously, you want to collect all of the so-called debts you have. You do that first, but
hold up. Everything you say, I'm going to jot it down like a secretary. He said, collect all the debts that you have. Yeah. Did you hear what the man said? I don't want it to go over nobody's head. Matter of fact, bro, give me 7 things. We're going to build on the 7. Give me 7 things for a person that is a newbie trying to get their financial obligations in order, and be free and clear.
Okay, so you want to pull a copy of your credit report from the 3 credit bureaus.
Okay, he said pull a copy of your credit report from the 3 credit bureaus. Proceed. That's number 1.
That's number 1.
All right. Number 2.
Number 2, you want to go through each and every debt you have on those 3 reporting agencies and dispute all of them.
He said number 2, you want to go through each and every one of them, and you want to dispute each and every last one of them. All right. Proceed. Number 3, brother.
Okay, number 3. So once you've done your dispute, the next thing you want to do is a UCC1 initial financing statement. Very simple. You're going to separate your all caps uppercase U from the living natural.
All right, let me stop that. So he said you're going to do a UCC1. Now my question is this: when you dispute, when we at the number 2, because we at the number 3, he said do a UCC1 after you go to the credit bureau and after you dispute. What is the manner of how you would dispute these debts, bro? These alleged debts. They're not debts. They're alleged debts.
Yeah, they're alleged debts. Alleged on the ledger.
Yes, sir.
so, okay, very simple. On the 3 credit reporting agencies, or 3 credit reporting bureaus websites, is a button that says dispute next to each and every debt. Just hit it. Dispute.
All right. He just said that real simple for everybody that's really thought it was difficult. He said it's right there on the credit bureau. He said push dispute, push the dispute button. All right. So we had number 3. He said do a UCC1 separating the all caps from the original person.
Absolutely. Very simple. You don't have to get no details and listen to all kinds of stuff and everything you own and some security agreement. All that stuff is frivolous and it's subterfuge. Just separate the 2. Your name in all caps up as the debtor and your natural name as the secured party. Very simple.
Your name as a secured party. All right. So now we're going to go on to number 4. Give me the number 4, my brother.
Number 4, you must, unequivocally, set up a quaternary trust. You must set up a quaternary trust.
You hear that? He said you got to set up a quaternary trust. Now, pardon me if I said that wrong, bro.
Sure.
But I know it means 4.
Yes, sir.
But it also means 4 and 5 because that's the same thing as a program that they utilize that operates from either 1 to 4 or 0 to 4. So it's actually a program instead of binary program. It's the same thing as a quaternary, or how you say it too.
Quaternary. Yep.
Quaternary, yeah. All right, go. So that's number 4. You set up your trust. All right.
Yes, sir.
That's after you set up your UCC1. That's after you went to the credit bureaus and also you disputed, and then also you did your UCC1. You did your trust. All right. So now give me the number 5, because I don't want to go into the trust thing because you already know, y'all people that's setting up y'all trust, y'all know what y'all gonna have to do. Y'all gonna have to put in some work. So we ain't going to explain all that here.
No, we're not.
All right. So let's go to number 5 after you set up your trust.
Okay. So number 5, you have to give public notice of both things. So you have to give public notice of the fact that you've actually filed a UCC1 statement. A lot of people think that just because it's filed with the Secretary of State that constitutes public notice. That is absolutely untrue. So you have to run public notice. It's very difficult for you to run public notice via affidavits now in the county because a lot of people, because of the sovereigns and the Moors, a lot of the counties all around the United States will not accept affidavits anymore. All right, so
that's deep. You hear what he said? You hear what he said? Say that again, bro.
Yes, sir. Because of all the damage done by the sovereignty parties, the patriots, and the Moors, most counties in all the states around the United States will not accept affidavits that are personal, filed as miscellaneous. So what they're telling people is you'll come through, for instance, in Delaware, you'll go into to Newcastle County. Mike Kozakowski is the recorder there, and you'll try to record something that's saying, I just want to give the public notice of my UCC filing. I want to give public notice of a truth affidavit, power of attorney, whatever the case may be. He'll say, well, listen, I'm going to take it, but it's not being filed. I'm going to send it to my legal department. and then they'll mail it back to you and they'll say this is not something of the sort that can be filed. And that's going on nationwide right now. So
wow. That's deep. By affidavit? Why is that? Because they got to dispute everything in the affidavit, point for point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why they send it right to the legal point. That's why they send it to the legal office. They just started getting it. And then we was hitting them with acquiescence the same way they was hitting us with acquiescence and winning cases. You right.
Exactly.
You right.
Exactly. So that's what's going on. I personally spoke with Mike Kazakowski.
Did you hear what the man said, man?
You know, I personally spoke with him. He's a recorder of deeds. He's a duly elected official for the state of Delaware, Newcastle County Recorder of Deeds. I spoke with him personally, shook his hand, whole nine, and he explained to me everything that's going on. And that's a United States nationwide thing now. You know what I mean? It's not really, it's moving across all the nations. Some little counties are still accepting, but the majority are getting to this point where they're not accepting our stuff. So that requires you to run it in a local newspaper. Okay, so you publish notice for at least
yes,
3
sir. Go ahead. Just
right,
like your obituary. Just like your obituary. Yes, sir. I love how we align like that because I utilized that with my death certificate. I did that when I did the obituary in the paper.
Okay.
But I like how you going with that. That's public notice.
Sure.
Go ahead. Build on it. I love it.
So once
this is number 5 though. This is number 5, y'all. All right. This is public notice. Now remember, number 1. Let me in review for the people that come in late. Shout out to Sister Akshita. I love ya. Look at this. You got 1. You go to the credit bureaus. You get your credit report. All 3 of them. All right. Then you dispute. Hit dispute. You do a UCC one on the original and the straw man. Then the 4 was set up your trust, your quinary trust. Remember, put the creator in there. Just don't put the grantor, the trustee and the beneficiary. Invoke the creator in it. You gotta invoke the creator in your trust. So that's what he was talking about. And then number 5, he said dispute. What was it? Put out public notice. Public notice. Just because you set up your trust, you did your UCC one and all that, it doesn't mean that you are on public notice. All right. So put out your public notice. Let's go, y'all.
Yes, sir. And you're running that public notice for 2 times a week, 3 times for 3 weeks, 3 consecutive weeks.
You hear what he said?
For 3 consecutive weeks.
And one way we was talking was the paper. Is that correct? You said the paper was one way.
Yeah, newspaper. Yep, newspaper. And it doesn't have to be like one of your major ones. Like, I ran a lot of my stuff in like the Middletown Transcript or Newcastle Weekly. You know what I mean? But that constitutes public notice. You know what I mean?
Public notice. They taking it back to common law though, bro. They really taking it back. They really taking it back with that type of approach. That's like instead they making it's private, but it's still you operate in the public, but you still private.
Yes, sir.
Because the newspapers were really private, bro. It was certain people that were newspapers wasn't really sold on the street like that. You had a subscription at one point, and then they were sold on the street.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Number 6.
Let's go to number 6. Number 6. We almost there, y'all. Come on.
That's right. So now number 6 is you're going to have to print out all of your debts. You need a hard copy of all the debts. So if you got a bill, you can print them off your TransUnion or your Equifax or whatever. You can print all your bills, or if you have physical copies of the bills as they were sent to you, you're going to need them. That's what you have to accumulate all these right now. So we're not doing the accepted for value, return for value thing. Sometimes that works, sometimes it fails.
You hear what he just said, y'all? For all y'all accepted and return for value people. Said, man, I experienced that myself. Some electric bills that I did, they worked, and some of them didn't. Some electric bills, I set them off, and some of them, they looked at me like I was stupid. Some cable bills, I set off like that, and some of them didn't work. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right about that. So we at number 6. Say that again, my brother.
All right, so,
you print out everything. You print out everything.
So you want physical hard copies of your bills.
Okay. What you gonna do with those, bro?
And so now you're going to, as number 7, you are going to draft an international promissory note, which is going to be secured by your trust. And this is where we get technical and detailed. This is something maybe you and I can have a whole, discussion on, maybe on YouTube or something. But you're going to draft a very particularized international promissory note, which you're going to attach to each and every bill, and you're going to send it, and it's going to offset and adjust. But it's all in the language of the law. That's where it gets a little technical at the end.
That's right.
All right? And, you know, as sure as my name is Malachi, those work. And I've had no qualms, no problems with them as of yet. And again, like I said, this is information because I've kind of been out of the limelight, you know, just seeing everything else went down, and I know, you know, and I know what's been working, so I haven't shared a lot of that information.
Yes, sir.
So and that's pretty much where we at.
Bro, I got something for you, right? You know, it's something that I brought to the people on how the chakras are located. You got 7 chakras. I like how you brought up the 7 solutions, right? And how the 7 chakras are actually connected: 2 to the feet, 2 to the knees, 2 to the hand, and 1 to the head. All right, that's the 7 chakras, real basic. All right.
Yes, sir.
I just want to thank you for coming in on here. You know, giving people something to do for every day of the week, literally. Because you can just handle that for every day of the week. Say, man, shoot, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this the next day. More or less to get a lot of things done. So, you know, I appreciate you coming here giving people a map. You know, we're going to work hard and we're going to put this together. You know, I love everybody. You know, we're going to get off because we are getting late. Is there anything else you want to say to the people before you get off, Brother Malachi?
Hey, man, everybody, peace and blessings. Everybody stay strong, stay educated. Remember that this life is not a game, and everything that you want, you can have. Every freedom you want, you can have. It's your birthright. And on that note, everybody, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. So, you know, I'm gonna let everybody off. They throwing up the mean faces. They don't want you to get off. They don't love this build. What we build, that's like, man, we going back and forth. You know, people expect when good brothers of good minds to argue and you know, and stuff like that. Man, we just growing. We growing, y'all. We growing. So, you know, thank y'all. Shout out to everybody that came in. Shout out to Miss Phyllis. Shout out to just shout out to everybody. I go hard. You know, it's a lot of people. Shout out to Sister Akshita. You know, shout out to everybody that got the sovereign mind in here, man. You know, that's trying to really make this happen, make it work. I love y'all, man. All right, 747-24/7, 361 degrees. Shout out to my 1221s. I love you. You love me. Me is we. Shout out to my 141s, my 414s that know the 411 literally. Shout out to my 171s, those that are making making that that prayer to ascension right there. Now you already know Quran chapter 17 verse 1. Yeah. Or Quran chapter 7 verse 1. Know your ranks, know your role, all right, in God's army. Okay. Shout out to my 191s, my 919s. That's literally making a phone call to ascension, because you already know the only way you get out of the matrix is you gotta be called, literally. So you know your call and know your purpose in life, man. And just shout out to you if you came in. If I ain't give you a shout out, I love y'all, man. Me is we. You already know. Boom.